Hello, my name is Yasmin and welcome to Yoga with Yaz. Today we're going to be running through some pumpkin themed yoga in honor of Halloween this week. So if you are feeling like you're nice and warm and ready to go, we're going to jump into our modified flow. It's not going to be as smooth a flow because I've picked some poses that are as pumpkin-like as possible to make it super pumpkin-y for this Halloween season. But yeah, if you're ready, we'll start with a little bit of a warm-up and try to make it all integrate as well as possible, but we'll have fun. So laying flat on your back, we'll just start with grounding ourselves, feeling the earth beneath you, and start rolling the wrists and the ankles out, taking a few rolls each direction and really mobilizing all of the joints, getting them ready for our practice. Clasp your fingertips together, your hands together, and lengthen out your entire body, your arms above your head, pointing the toes away from you, and stretching out. And then draw it all back in as you exhale, hug the knees, and just bring your chin and your nose towards your knees. This is our first little baby pumpkin pose. And then just releasing back down, and then hugging the knees again, a baby pumpkin. And opening back out, bring the arms out to the side, let your legs drop one way or the other. And if you'd like to increase that stretch just to loosen up the lower back, you can straighten out the top leg. Just making sure the lower back's nice and warm. We're doing some forward fold positions, but largely we're going to be doing some back bends and chest opening poses. They are the most pumpkin-like ones. Start tuning in on your breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Engage the core. Give the knees a little bit of a hug back to your baby pumpkin, and then dropping the legs the other direction. Again, you can straighten that top leg if you'd like to increase your stretch. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. You could call this a pumpkin seedling if you really wanted to, but there's not really anything too pumpkin-y about this pose other than my pumpkin outfit. Engage the core, bring the legs back in, and give the body a little bit of a hug, hugging the knees back to your baby pumpkin. And then lowering the heels down towards the floor, nice and close to your bum. And find a position that's comfortable for you as you lift into a glute bridge. So we're squeezing the glutes, lifting the pelvis up towards the sky into a little half pumpkin. And then clasping your hands together underneath, you can stay in your little bridge, or you can tuck the shoulders right underneath, pushing the hands into the ground and driving your pelvis up a little bit higher, a little bit further into that little half pumpkin. And breathing. Focus on that breathing. And then slowly lowering back down all the way to the ground. Now from our half pumpkin, we're going to come up onto all fours and just run through some cat-cow. So inhaling as you look up towards the sky, and then exhaling as you curl underneath. Inhaling all the way up. Exhaling as you lower down. Inhaling up to the sky. And exhaling down. Bring the toes together, the knees come wide, and dropping into a child's pose, sinking deep. You don't need to have your bum all the way to your heels, but just opening up your body. Feel the stretch through the front of your chest and your arms. And breathing in and out. And from here, sliding onto your tummy. You're going to take a half bow pose. So lifting the chest up so it's nice and tall, in a little bit of a sphinx, a baby sphinx position. Now take your right hand holding onto the right ankle and then push and drive that leg away, looking forwards and opening up into a half bow pose on your right. And then lowering down. Place the right hand down on the floor, and then the left hand comes to the outside of the left ankle, pushing that foot away, squeezing your glute, and looking forward into a half bow pose on the left hand side, and then lowering it down And from here, if you feel comfortable, you can do just one at a time like we've just done, or you can take a hold of both of your ankles here and then driving and pushing them into your feet. Squeeze your glutes, lifting the chest up nice and strong through your core, and taking that full bow pose or your medium pumpkin, and then lowering back down. And from here, dropping back into your child's pose, stretching out that lower back. And breathing in and out. Flipping back over onto your back. If you need more time warming up, feel free to pause and run through some of your own poses, your own warm up. But bringing the shoulders back and down, reset yourself. You've got your heels in nice and close. We're going to come into a wheel pose. If you're not comfortable with wheel pose, you can repeat the bow pose that we've just done, or bring your hands down on either side of your head. And as you're lifting up into that wheel pose or your larger pumpkin, we're going to tuck in nice and close, spread the fingers out wide, hold onto the ground underneath, squeeze the glutes together. You can either keep your feet flat or you can lift up onto your toes when you're up. So you can just take a little one like you're doing your glute bridge, a preparation for it to lead up to it. Otherwise, you can drive it all the way through. And if you'd like to lift up onto your toes, you can, taking a breath here and out. And then gently lowering down to the ground. And then hugging the knees again, back to your baby pumpkin and loosening off that lower back. Take a gentle roll side to side if you would like. And then coming up to a standing position. Not the smoothest of flowing between poses here. But from here, we're taking a goddess pose with a little bit of a forward fold to create a pumpkin effect as well. So standing out with the toes pointing in the direction of your knees, chest is up nice and tall, lowering yourself down. And then if you would like, you can stay on the heels or you can lift up onto your toes and then just bending forward to place the fingertips on the ground and then bring them more level with your feet, lifting the glutes up towards the sky and just taking a forward fold into a bit of a pumpkin pose. It's a little bit of a stretch probably calling these pumpkin poses, but it's still fun. And then lowering the heels down, activate the glutes and rolling your spine back up. Coming into a dancer pose now, or a floating pumpkin, as I like to call it. Reset your posture, nice and tall. Spread the toes on that right foot out nice and wide, and then taking a hold of the inside of your left ankle, chest up tall. From here, if you want, you can keep your arm forward for balance, or as we come down, you can actually bring it to your forehead to again create more of a pumpkin appearance. But pushing that left foot into the right hand, activate your glute and start to tilt forward, spreading the toes, finding a spot to focus on, lifting up as high as you comfortably can. Then you can place the hand on the head for your full pumpkin, your full floating pumpkin. And when you're ready, you can come out of that. You can try that one as many times as you like. And then we've got the right leg as well. I did the left leg first. Probably should have done the right first, but left's my good one. Holding onto the right leg, spread the toes out nice and wide. On that left foot, pushing that right hand into your right foot into your right hand, and then starting to tilt forward. Nice and strong through the core. And then you can place the hand on the head to create that pumpkin, the floating pumpkin effect. Nice and tall. Then coming back down. Shaking out the legs here. And then one last one that we'll be doing, but just a quick little counter pose. Coming back, hugging the knees, gently rocking side to side. Bring the arms out, nice and wide. Let your legs drop one way or the other, like we did at the start. You can straighten that top leg to increase it. Taking a breath through here, breathing in and out. Engage the core, bring the legs back to center, and then dropping the legs the other way and straightening that top leg. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Engage the core, bring the legs back to center into your baby pumpkin. And then opening your body out into your corpse pose or your shavasana pose, or as I'm calling it for today, your squashed pumpkin pose. So I hope that you have enjoyed this little pumpkin pose themed Halloween yoga. Feel free to take as much time as you would like in your shavasana. Breathing in through the nose and out. Tuning in your body, listening to what your body's needs are, any little aches or niggles that you need to take care of. And just being grateful that it's taking you through this pumpkin-y practice today. I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you for joining me in Yoga with Yaz for this Halloween pumpkin theme. And I will see you next week for the next free yoga flow.